Today, I want to share with you a perspective that will really help us to silence the mind with much greater ease. It dissolves the compelling, sticky nature of thoughts that feel really important and that continue to arise with great intensity. And it really helps us to go deeper in our meditation. So, this is one attitude that I employ in my meditation practice. And so let's discuss it. I look at all of my meditation sessions and my periods of practice, even during the day when I'm working or in the midst of activity. I look at all of those periods as my time spent with God. If you don't like the word God, you can substitute that with self or truth. And I'm going to share how this helps you to minimize the thinking, to let go of the thinking instantly. If you consider your periods of practice as your time with God, then in that moment, I feel what is more important than my time with God? Thoughts arise with a certain feeling of importance, and they sort of dominate our entire awareness. Our awareness is just completely spilling over into these thoughts of who I am and my life. We're just constantly thinking about future, what I want, what I don't want. So, in a way, we are prioritizing these stories and these desires and these resistances, these preferences, this worldliness over God, over truth, over self realization. Which is why, in our moments of practice, if you start to feel like, hey, at this moment, what could be more important than time spent with God in the direct experience of the presence of God? Then you start to see that, like, whatever I was just currently thinking is absolutely irrelevant, unimportant for the time being. I'm just not interested in it. I am more interested in submerging my attention in the presence of God, in the presence of truth, of self, of source. I am more interested in simply being with God than I am in thoughts about what I want, what life should be, what I think enlightenment is. All of those are just conceptual fantasies. They are imagination. The moment I recognize that my greatest priority is God, is truth, is self, and that these things aren't somewhere in the future, they are directly present here as the presence that lies within you. The presence that you call your own is actually the presence of God. And that you need to tune out of your thinking in order to tune into this presence of God. Then thoughts automatically and instantly lose their sense of importance. What is God? What is life? What is self? It is that which is, that which remains when thoughts are absent. Thoughts which are ideas about things, ideas about life, ideas about who I am, what God is. When all those stories, those narratives are absent, the presence of God, the presence of source is what is here. That is how we must come to see our entire meditation practice. Constant thinking about who I am and what I want in my life, what is going right, what is going wrong. This is ego. This is a fullness that keeps us away from the presence of God. It keeps the presence of God veiled in our direct experience. It keeps us endlessly restless and full of suffering. In order to really tune into the presence of God, we have to become empty of ourselves. Or we can say that we have to become empty of self importance, empty of thoughts about who I am and what life is. So if you begin to see these periods of practice as your time spent with the presence of God, not only will you feel the great comfort and safety and security of that, the unconditional peace of that, but also thoughts will just start to seem unimportant. And a new clarity starts to rule our entire understanding and the workings of our life. No longer does it feel like I need to keep thinking in order to keep life operating. I need to keep thinking in order to keep my life held together. There's an order to things, an intelligence that runs all things, that operates more harmoniously than ever before when thoughts are let go of and we spend time in the shade of the presence of God. Let me know if this perspective helped you. This is a quick little thing I wanted to share with you today that has helped me greatly in my practice. And I think this small little adjustment makes the biggest difference. If you have any questions about it, ask below or join our free community and ask there. Thanks.